Joshua, welcome to the stage. I'd love to hear your football take.
Hey, thanks for having me on stage here. Kelly and I were hosting another podcast on here, and just finished up our Go Team podcast. And I saw you were talking football, and I had to jump in here because we have our fantasy football team. And we had a debate today. You brought up the Bears versus the Browns in your rundown there. I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan, and I've been dancing all day the last 2 days with Justin Fields being named the starter. I think they're going to pull it out. I think you're wrong. I'm gonna contest it. I think that Baker Mayfield's going to be feeling a little sore still from the shoulder injury, and I think Justin Fields is going to have that sort of miracle first rookie game where he just is just dynamite, and then he's going to regress. Thoughts?
That's very interesting. I'm not a huge Bear fan. Earlier, I think before you came in, I was like, I try and watch their games, but so far not too many highlights and nothing really sticks out a little bit. But a new quarterback is always could just change the whole thing, the whole atmosphere, the way the whole team runs. I do like the Browns overall, that they've been playing pretty solid. Trying to go off memory, who did the Browns play the first week? Was it the Chiefs? Oh yeah, that was a tough. I think I
Yeah,
just went on the matchups between so far both weeks, who they played, and then also the fact that I think they're playing at home.
yeah. It's definitely it's in Cleveland. And the one thing I do worry about, particularly with that matchup for the Bears, is the Browns got to have a great offensive line that really help out Baker Mayfield. And one of the strengths of the Chicago Bears is their defensive line and their linebackers. And I don't know if they can overcome a strong offensive line from the Browns. And I think I was listening to some another show today. OBJ Odell Beckham Jr. is back this week. I think he's been out the first 2 weeks. So um, yeah, there is a legitimate chance Baker Mayfield could light things up against the Bears. They're known to give up a big play, but I'm in love with Justin Fields, so I can't help it.
I checked actually on OBJ earlier his injury report. I didn't see nothing, so we'll see. It's been a while since you played. I thank you for joining me. Why don't you mention your show and what days you have it? I've gone into a couple of them. They're very interesting. They seem to all be sports related. Whenever I get a chance, I do hop in. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the show and what do you guys discuss?
Yeah, I appreciate that opportunity. Thank you. My wife Kelly and I we host Go Team stories on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock here live on Fireside, and we do a sidelines edition on Tuesday nights at 8. And we just dive into how sports teams get their names. So tonight, Kelly gave us the rundown of the Tennessee Volunteers and how they got the name of the Volunteers. Crazy enough, has some stuff to do with Davy Crockett, the War of 1812, Mexican American War. Next thing you know, University of Tennessee is named the Volunteers. So you get some crazy background on history, and then ultimately, why our sports teams are named the way they are. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got to talk about the NFL champions, right? So it will be a great show next week as well when we dive into the Buccaneers. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to give a little plug there.